Yo, what is up, everybody? Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is around there. Hello. I'm gonna give it a few moments for everybody to hop on. Give people a moment, and then we'll go through a whole bunch of things. I'm live. Come hang. Oh, retweet this. Let everybody know so we can have more viewers and see what else we can find. So just so everybody gets a little heads up, so the stream's going to be a 30-30 stream. So for the first 30 minutes, we'll go ahead and talk about one single set of markets. So we'll either talk about crypto or stocks. Since tomorrow's Monday, stocks open up. We'll go ahead and talk about stocks first for the first 30 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and switch over to crypto. So I'll try to cover as much as I can for the first 30 minutes. We'll hold off chart requests until the very end of the stream. So depending on what you're here for, if you're here for stocks, that'll be the first 30 minutes of the stream. If you're here for crypto, that'll be the last 30 minutes for the stream. If you're here for chart request, wait until around 10 p.m. I'll probably still be live. I don't have anything else to do tonight, so I am pretty much set. This puppy has been running around. He played with his sister today. I took him out a little bit, and I'm looking at him right now. So he has puppy slumped on his back. I think we're good for tonight. Let me open up my restream chat so I can go ahead and see what everybody is saying. I do not have that open. So if you're saying something, I can't see you just yet. And it's so difficult for me to find this. Why? There it is. Man, just before we do start, little rants on my end. People acting like it's something like new where there's no high or low break and you're setting your stop loss tight and you're not losing money. You can do that on the long end too. They don't seem to mention that end part of it though. But hey, we'll wait for the rants until the end. Who else is here? Yeah, I think this will be good. I always end up getting viewers later on. I bet it's been really good lately. My restreams have been getting like 1,000 to 2,000 views, like 1,000's like in like seconds. So it's really cool. I've been loving doing it on Restream and Twitch more than anything. YouTube's cool, but man, YouTube is so hard to do alone on my end. I need like a media marketing manager type thing. If I can just find a girl that just loves to do that kind of stuff, we both win. 50-50 everything. Okay, so let's go do stocks real quick. Futures market looking fucking nice, guys. Look at this. So my big thing with everybody has been with this whole stock market. I've been focusing on this daily Kijun. This has been a major point over here. We never really flipped down there. People were getting bearish over here, but we flipped right back over. Same thing over here. We had a bearish TK over here, but went ahead and faked out everybody again. We still do need to go ahead and clear this zone. So this is going to be our main attack zone for Monday. If we can go ahead and clear over this, man, we'll be ready to go ahead and fill this upper gap over here. But as of right now, we really need to go ahead and get over this level. SPX, it's no difference over here. If we go over here, it's we still have a gap needed up here. I can go ahead and adjust the gap a little bit, but regardless, we still need this upper tap and clear over here before we can go to the next gap. Right now, structure's looking good, so maybe a little bit more sideways. I told you guys about mid-month is probably what I'm expecting as far as Ichi goes. So we need a ramp on the 9th, so we need a ramp by the end of this week, I think it is. Yeah, so we need a ramp by... Why does it do that? I have wallpaper engine on, so like, see my background? It starts playing music. Anyway... So, yeah, that's the plan. By the end of this week, I think we're going to go ahead and pump up and push through all-time highs. Worst case scenario would be breaking this red line, which I really don't think we're going to. We have tons of support over here. We can go ahead and pop over here and just check out the technicals over here as well. See where the volume profile and everything is. Yeah, volume shelf is built up really nice over here. Turn these off. For you fib people, I have auto fibs on, so now I don't need to do my own fibs. I can just let the computer do the fibs. This is fucking sick for me, because I hate charting out fibs. But if I'm a fib person and I'm going for the fibs, the 0.618's up here and the 1.618's up here and this 0.236 is up here, looking like this volume shelf's pretty strong over here. Another volume shelf over here. A little bit of a gap over here with the volume. I think once we, like I said, once we go ahead and push through here, we're going to be ready to go. So 330 is really that's really all I'm aiming for, is just this little gap fill. This is the final gap fill. It was very apparent early in the start that we were going to keep gap filling and never stop. So that's the assumption right now. So we'll see how everything goes. Right now, futures are looking good. They're going nicely. If I go to the lower time frame, looks good. I mean, opening up really nicely. Still need some work to do. I don't think we'll be able to do this after hours or during futures time. So I think that should be pretty much it for the day. We have about like another hour or two left. I'll see what happens. If we can get this push after hours like now, man, bears are going to be sweating. But right now, I really, really do not think we're going to go ahead and break this high in the futures. If we do, it'll be like a wick and it'll come back down and we'll start seeing some action in the morning. So that's pretty much the plan over there with that. What's up, everybody? I have viewers here, but nobody's saying anything. Yo, Lance. Yo, dude, I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. If you ever want to know anything or if you have questions about whatever you're hearing or seeing, let me know. And I would love to talk about it. I don't care how, like, menial it is. I love chatting about this stuff, and I love streaming in general. So I do not mind at all. And there's no stupid question. Unless it's, what's the target, sir? That's the kind of questions I don't like. So I didn't get to check Friday's order flow, or there was no Friday. So it really threw me off. This week kind of had me fucked. So let's go ahead and check this. Go check Friday's order flow. And while we're at it, let's go check gold while that loads up. Man, the land of like nothing going on here. Oh. Fonzie says chart AMD. Yeah, sure. Oh, dude, fuck him. It's because I'm in calls and it hasn't popped yet. But I will definitely check it. I mean, it kind of did fall out over here, but as far as this is concerned, it's a tech stock. So until tech really loses this major level of 48 or actually starts, I see the span go into the clouds, I think this will be fine. We just need to go ahead and break over this 54 level, and then we'll be back in target to go ahead and hit that $60 level. I have a little bit further of a timeline. The only thing I'm a little worried about is earnings, because we have a lot of major earnings next week. Stop playing. Yeah, we have a lot of major earnings next week. You know what? We're going to go ahead and fix this right now before I continue. I'm changing my background. Hold on. We'll just change it to this for now. No. Look, it's tunes. I'll do this for tunes. Here, is this back and updated? Okay. It's updated now. Jesus. I couldn't stand it playing whatever it was playing. Alright, let's go back to this. Yeah, let's check it over here, actually. I'll probably get a little bit more better detail as far as what's going on here. What's your take on alts right now? I mean, it's super simple. Everybody's really complicating alts right now. But alts are Bitcoin's at the bottom range. So anything that's not reacting poorly, okay, oh man, I don't want to get into this because I'll go so on into this. But as of right now, what I'm concerned about with altcoins is that they're in nice spots. Vet. Oh, dude, you're gonna make me talk about. Okay, I will skip over to it just for 1 second, just for you, dude. So my whole thing with Vet has been very, very clear. If anybody's been watching the stream, we had a weekly breakout. That's a pretty fucking big breakout. And then we had a nice support test over here, which never broke down. So Vet is just going for it. A great example of that would be ZRX. ZRX, watch. Watch, guys. You guys are going to be fucking rich by the end because ZRX is going to pump up to here. It's going to 70 cents. It actually looks like it's going to pump right now. So, man. See, I'm too hyped because crypto looks really, really nice. And I've been waiting for this day. It's been fucking just going down for days on days. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, I don't really mind. It's not hurting me. But this is coming up. Like, it's like 100% guaranteed. This shit might go a little bit like worst case. So the way I look at it is if this is in range, this is going back to the top of the range or at least to this high over here. Or if it's not going to the high, it's going to come over here to 95. Whatever it does, the worst case scenario here is 85. And even if 85 is the worst case scenario, there's bids and limits for me down here. So I'm ready to buy Bitcoin either cheap at the bottom of the range or right now at hard support, I'm ready to go ahead and set in alt limits and go ahead and buy alts. So anything that happens with Bitcoin is just a perfect environment for making money right now. A dump down here, any kind of it'll be a wick. It's guaranteed. If we go down here, it's gonna be a wick. I mean, there's always the worst case scenario where I'm wrong and we end up dumping down like this further, but there's too much confluence support over here, too much heavy support over here. So without being retarded and aiming being like, oh, it's coming down to 3K, boys, I'm just gonna play as what I see, and we're pretty much at the bottom of the range. Anything that dumps here will just make everybody's bids fill in for alts, and then the alts will just moon away. So right now my stance is good for alts, but we'll be back, I promise. Okay, let's go to tech real quick. ATVI is just taking off. It's just basically doing some kind of support and confluence consolidation over here, and I think it's gonna go for this all-time high. There's no stopping it until Kijin breaks. Right now, Kijin's been really strong support. Cloud support's opening up nicely. Roku, people are doubting Roku, but Roku is a really lagging stock. It's been lagging this entire time. Hasn't done shit. I mean, I guess on your technical end of things, I do see the concern over here. I see the top structure over here that's forming. I mean, common sense would say over here, hey, I want to go for something like this. This is like what the smart people would say. And, well, not really even smart, just like risk management wise. This is what they would say. They'd be like, all right, let's get the breakout, and then I'll buy the support test and go. Me, I have a spot bag, I have a 401k bag, and I have options. And the target's 420. All right, I'm just kidding. It's 400. But it's just, I mean, there's just no downside to Roku. I mean, there might be some, but I feel like it's not a company that's going to be like, oh, we're going to go out of business and we're going to go just dispose of our TVs, or just, you know, what's that company? We're going to pull a Fisker and just, you know, let our TVs become limited edition. No, somebody's going to buy them out, rebrand, and put their name underneath of it. So at the end of the day, I think Roku will do fine. Somebody will buy them. I don't care who will buy them. Tech in general. Oh, shit, dude. Let me see. Dude, you did. I just saw your DM that you wanted to hop on. I did not plan for you to hop on. I thought I was gonna get a little bit of a notice. But if you are free tomorrow, I can definitely do it. I just promised people I would do this 30-30 stream today, where I do half and half. So, if I can just get like at least a day notice, typically, I'm fine with you hopping on early. But yeah, guys, Addy Dog CEO, dude, I'm gonna get him on stream very shortly. I just saw his DM today because I have so many DMs. It's disgusting. All right, yeah, Roku. So yeah, Roku looks good over here. In general, my just stance is bullish. Looking at order flow from Friday, let's see what they did here. Repeated call flow, 100%. Watch this moon, boys. Watch this moons. So here's another example of what I use in stocks. Like, if the structure is at a breakout point, what other supportive factors can I find? How can I set myself in a position to where the risk and reward is in my favor? So it would be something like this. I would move up my stops. I mean, let's ignore the big giant green on the upside, but there's already 100% supportive order flow on here. And if we look at the dated, there's not much dated ones over here, so it's a short-term pop that's going to happen. It's not going to be a long-term pop because there's not any kind of repeated order flow for longer periods. But for this week, Friday, these guys are thinking that Roku's going to pop. So just off order flow in general, I'm assuming that blue line's going to be tapped. And what are these boys' targets? What are they aiming for? 150, 150, 140. Let's see where this magic number is on this chart. Oh, shit, look! Oh, look, it's 150s up there. I mean, maybe these guys are just, you know, playing darts and picking numbers up here. No. They know what they're doing. If you're not aiming... Okay, so you can aim for things where you're aiming for the exact target. You can be like me where you don't aim for the exact target and you aim for less, which is what I always do. I learned that from the hard way from crypto. Like, hey, I'm never going to aim for the exact target. I'm either going to aim a little bit less or a little bit over. Whatever it is, I'm going to do one or the other depending on what the situation is. So in this case, what sticks out to me would be the 140 calls. And funny enough, which this is the funniest part. Is this is the most unusual one on here that sticks out. That would be a play that I'd be willing to play if I was doing weeklies. But right over here, it's 140 strike is right over here before it breaking down. Top structure over here. So it's just one of those like little things. Hey, if it doesn't start breaking down, I think it's gonna go. But I think this is like an earning bet over here. After earnings, we'll have a better idea of how far this breakout's gonna go. So I really don't think this is gonna go push to this 160 area right off the bat. So let's see how it goes. I think this is one to definitely watch if you're into day trading or if you're really into stuff like that, or that kind of trading style. What else do we got? Tesla, dude. I should have added better targets. Honestly, like I'm really sad. Like it's set up it's set up so beautifully. I just didn't calculate in for another target. I was like, all right, well, it'll go up to here, and then order flow just keeps coming in and coming in and coming in. So whenever I see a gap up like this on this one, I'm just gonna assume something like this is gonna happen. And if it doesn't do something like this, I'm gonna assume it's just gonna keep on gapping up. So these weeklies are just insane to play. So definitely, Tesla's definitely worth watching. Earnings coming up July 22nd. I think this shit'll go nuts until earnings. And then I wouldn't play earnings on my end, but after earnings, I definitely would. Apple's ready for the next leg up. I mean, how obvious can you be, Apple? If it doesn't lose Tenkin support, I think it'll be strong. I think Apple's ready to go. They're all Apple. AAPL. Look at this. So just keep in mind, I haven't checked any of order flow for Thursday. I didn't really trade too much last week. So to find all this stuff and it pop up with like all my qualifications for the next move up, it's just supporting more of my bias of I think SPY is going to move up. Because smart money, order flow money knows what's going on, and that'll give me a sense of direction, whether it's a short-term direction, whether it's a long-term direction. So, and one thing I watch, I mean, it might not be helpful to anybody else, but it's helpful to me, and I keep telling myself I'm gonna take his course. This is just something I watch. He has burst monitors which show programs and everything. So I think he tries to hold back posting as much, but he can't help himself and post a lot anyway. But it's very interesting to watch the programs and watch like what time periods is he going, what time period things are going crazy. Because normally the weeks I don't end up doing anything is when he ends up writing on there, oh yeah, the programs are just kind of neutral or they're just kind of flipping, and it's more like in range trading. But then when it's very clear a move's going to come up, it's going to say, hey, these accumulator programs are running. So it's very interesting to see that kind of stuff. That's like my ultimate goal. Yo, Rodrigo, dude. Dude, I made so much money on this one, man. On these fucking puts on American Airlines, dude. We literally got the top. We were like over here. Okay, so we were basically, our whole motto with American Airlines was there's no way they're gonna survive until September. And on top of that, with July 4th, there's just some common sense events that were just coming through, like with coronavirus right now. So I think any kind of pump for American Airlines is just one to short. I don't think they're really going to go ahead and get that business until this whole coronavirus is set in. Plus this July, we have earnings coming up over here. So any kind of major pump over here, I'm looking to short into earnings because I doubt the earnings are going to be good. There's always that chance where earnings perform badly and it doesn't really dump and it kind of just goes sideways. So that's another way to get fucked in options. So if I do end up playing these earnings, I'll either have them very dated or it'll be a low risk play. Marvel's ready for this next leg up. In general, we were looking for this 35 area to consolidate around. So this is, I mean, it's ready to go. What levels do we have in the weekly? Oh man. Yeah, look at that level. Watch this level clear, and what we will see. Let's see if there's any order flow for Marvel. Whenever I see order flow for Marvel, I love it. Look at this. This is the most beautiful play in the world. Oh, but he's in the money. What? Oh, man. So this guy's playing a deep in the money play. It's a 33. I'm sorry. Hold on. Yeah, $33 strike play. So he's playing in the money plays on Friday. I don't know what it was on Thursday. So that's Thursday. So yeah, he played in the money plays over here, basically saying that it's not going to be breaking down anytime underneath 34 anytime soon. That's the way I'm interpreting this one. And he's playing in August 21st play. So August 21st is right before earnings. So he's playing a speculative pump on earnings over here. So just by watching this and the fact that there was only one play early in the morning at this time, just leads me to believe that we're going to go ahead and get this pump over here on Marvel. Qualcomm, I mean, there's not too much of a story on Qualcomm. Everything's setting up nice. You have hard supports over here as far as the Kijun's concerned, you have the 20 SMA to alert you of a trend change, and you have Tenkan as soft support for re-entry levels. Overall, this is hitting $100, and if this breaks out, like over here, on this end, on the weekly, look, so this is another thing about Qualcomm. Qualcomm's not a shitty company. They're not going away anywhere. We have a little bit of a worry over here in this August area. So there's a possibility that we might just get a little bit of a consolidation around like this little, just kind of drawing shit over here at this point. So like there's a possibility we get a little bit of consolidation, downwards action. But overall, I think if 104 clears over and we end up pushing out over 104, it's going to look like this. Moon boys! It's going to go just straight to the moon. That's where I think Qualcomm's headed, is to the moon. The recovery on some of these things were just amazing. The fact that it dumped down to pre-pump levels, support tested the pre-pump level, and then blew through the fucking major support. It broke down underneath and then recovered back over and then popped back in channel. I mean, how... I mean, I like every time I see this, I like want to slap myself. Like, I'm like, why? What was I thinking? Like, why didn't I buy the dip? I like sleep at night. I'm like, why didn't you buy the dip, Ace? You could have bought yourself Microsoft at Crypto Baron and me always messing around with this one and talking about it. Number just goes up. This is a pretty big move by Microsoft too. Blew off over here, ready to go. Positive numbers for this year already. Oof. Just moon. Here. Okay, actually, we can do it this way. Koi fin. We're gonna check the Qs. Everybody likes it when I check Qs. QQQ. Oops. Where's the holdings? Okay. So, just something I'm going to go over on here. These are the weights. We have it arranged in weights. Let me just see if I can adjust things. Alright, so, year-to-date return. Zoom video, ZM. Let's check ZM. Basically, what I'm looking for at this point is when short opportunity. There's going to be one. I mean, it's coming. Like, do you see this? 284% for the year. That's some stupid shit. Unless we're just gonna go into a world of online everything, but man, that's just disgusting. How much is it off the bottom? Oh, dude, that is that 200%. Damn, just insane. Because this actually looks like it's gonna go a little higher. And if there's order flow, I'm just gonna be pissed because people are just. Oh, dude, look at this. This is disgusting. 290 strike? What? Just disgusting. This actually looks like it's gonna go. These guys are low OI buyers into this. What is this? What's going on in the world? Look at this. This guy's gonna make money. 1030, expensive ones though. Damn. Yeah, I bet the premium's insane for any kind of time. So, here's a great example of something. If you're buying something that's popular and in trend and you're trading options on it, you're gonna pay hella money for risk management. So buying in trend and trying to catch those moves that are in trend, you literally are gonna pay a lot of money for risk management. So risk management is cool to pay for if you have the money to pay for it with. But most of the people that I know that I end up helping out or teaching, they don't have the money to pay for this kind of insurance. So to buy something, that's why I always say, I'm like, yo, don't show me charts like this, because you guys are not in a position your capital isn't in a position to where you can afford something like this that gives you that time period. You guys can only afford these. You guys can barely afford these. These are weekly contracts. This is what I advise against. I tell you guys not to do these if you guys are new. Like, stay away from options that are weekly. I mean, if you're gonna do this, I mean, there's a way to do this. If you want to do weekly contracts, set your limits like this. 10%. So anywhere between 10 and 40%. 40 being at the highest percent range. Literally buy your bids and set your sells immediately. If your option runs, who gives a fuck? That's how you should be playing your weeklies. Get your profit and get out. It'll happen. It pops really quickly. If I just sat there and I did 5% plays for the rest of my life, you know how many 5% plays I could knock out? I could sit there in options for days and just 5% here, 5% here. I don't do it because that's not what I want to do. And I have my money spread about so many exchanges. It's like, well, I'm not going to put back 25K in here when I have money over here. Because I have money spread apart. Because I'm sure this question is going to be asked. I have money spread apart between Robinhood, Schwab, and what's that other one? TD Ameritrade. So that's where my money's spread apart. So sometimes I can't do the PDT stuff because I don't like keeping all my money on that. I have this horrible habit of like crypto where it's like I don't want to leave my money on an exchange even though it's one that's insured by the government. So I don't leave my money on there. And besides, I have a lot of my money in crypto still as well. So that's where we are right now. We're getting close to the 30-minute mark. So I guess I could ask you guys. You guys have any tickers you guys want me to look at for next week? Any kind of order flow you guys want me to check for stocks, whatever it is? Anything? Shit, I just closed that all. That didn't. Okay. Yeah, if you guys want me to check something, write it in chat. I'm watching you guys. Let me see if OS Buddy's saying anything. No, this is the quietest you guys have been. Yo, Manor Cookie, that's neobutane. Yes, I have to follow you. Neo. So big regrets here. I was discussing this on Twitter and I was like, well, it was extremely sensitive to SPY the other day. So when SPY did that recovery on a low time frame, Neo completely fully reacted with it. And that's one thing that you can get while watching these stocks that are in trend, that are breaking levels. So the one thing about Neo is it's not the same as let me pull this up. Neo isn't the same as Zoom. Okay, Zoom has the POC down at 166 and didn't break any major levels. It's at price discovery. That's all Zoom is straight up price discovery. Neo, on the other hand, I was there for Neo when it got listed as the thing on it's a IC, yeah, ICO. No, what is it? IPO, there we go. Yeah, I remember when it got listed as an IPO, and then it just kept dying, and then I think me and the boys were like over here, we're like buying calls for it, and we're like, all right, we're gonna buy calls for next year, but I think we dated ours out like the wrong time period, so we were a couple months late before this pop-up over here, so I'm very sad. But yeah, anyway, so broke over the weekly levels over here that we needed to go back over, and as of right now, it's just so strong. And with Tesla just moving, this is basically Bitcoin, Neo, and all these electric car vehicle stocks for that your Manor Cookie's Addy Dog. Oh, that's not neobutane. Oh, dude, why have I seen your Twitch before? Yeah, so this is just what these are basically like cryptos compare, and then Tesla's Bitcoin. If Tesla keeps going up, these are gonna keep going up, and eventually this is gonna catch up to it because it's been trending in this range forever. So it's been holding this range for the longest time. Yeah, dude, Neo is probably going to go to 100, dude. It's under 100. It's under double digits, and I said it before. This is like a double-digit coin, or double. I keep calling it a coin. This is a double-digit ticker. So Monday, I think this is one that you could probably play bi-weeklies. This would be great for bi-weeklies. Buy those bi-weeklies. Make sure you set your limit sizing in properly and just send this to the moon. There might be a little bit of a gap fill down here, so expect that. But going down to those shorter time frames, like 1 hour over here, yeah, and like, oh, look at the auto fibs. So 0.618. I mean, yeah, there's like entry levels for the next day. If we don't end up losing these levels, you got the 1.168 fib people. Be excited. So you got over here this 9.890 level or 80, whatever it is. So overall, I think this looks really good. Spice will eventually, hopefully take off. This one, technicals say it has to pull back. Like, it has to pull back at some point. It has to. I don't know if it will, but monthly says it will. But there's so many tickers in Stockland that I've looked at. That's the whole reason I got excited about stocks, was because I used to look at these stock charts and I'm like, yo, what have I been doing all my life? I got into crypto and let's see. I got into crypto and I could have got AMD down here, or even when I was doing my other jobs, like I could have got AMD down here and rode this bitch 600%. What was I doing? So if stocks can do this and nonstop for years and on monthly time frames not look like shit, like this just means that this is the best opportunity in the world. That this is just gonna keep on mooning. So keep paying attention to those macro time frames. So that's what I want to be part of. I want to be part of this, like, when was I working at my one job as a project manager? So if I would have just started here and I would have just went all in on Microsoft, I'd be rich today. I'd be rich. I wouldn't even have to be working. I wouldn't even know what trading is because I'd be an investor. So really sad. I want to catch wave 2 because I think in general that's what happened with the markets. I can give great examples. When I see things like this that happen in the market, it's like, oh wow, there was awfully a lot of demand down there for Papa John's. Why'd everybody just buy Papa John's at the bottom over here at $28? That's an extreme wick over here on Papa John's. Major levels held up on Papa John's. Basically, this indicates to me that this year or next year, Papa John's is hitting all-time highs. So if we get any kind of pullback or negative market reaction, I'm looking for those premium burns on Papa John's, and I'm looking for those call options that are those leaps. And there's another thing that I'm also messing with and trying to figure out how exactly U.S. citizens or me in general can purchase it is company direct options. Those are basically options. Like, so there's leaps that I play, and the most furthest out leaps I've seen are 2-year out leaps. Once in a blue moon, like I'm talking like very, very blue moon, do I see 3-year out leaps. Like I do not see 3-year out contracts. And I mostly just see 1 or 2 year. And some people might say, hey, Ace, I don't want to wait for 2 years. Well, me neither, but it's a good hedge. I know that's a horrible word. You're going to hate that I said that. But the great example of that is over here. It dumped down. I put my money where my mouth. I put my mouth where my money, or my money where my mouth is over here back then. So there was definitely calls I was buying down over here when we initially dipped out. But I mean, there were leaps that I was buying. So I bought CS leaps. These are my first 2-year out leaps because there was order flow that popped in, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll make money 6 months down the line, 7 months down the line. No big deal. The way the market's been reacting, the number just keeps going up. So if the number keeps going up in options, that's like the best scenario for an options trader. Hang on. Yeah, so these are actually, I'm up like 140% on something I wasn't planning on making money for like 6-7 months down the line. I can probably look exactly like when did I talk about this one. Okay, so I took these back in March 23rd. Yeah, Orderflow popped up over here for these. I was like, dang, I'm like, who? Okay, so here's my whole mindset with this one. And this is the same thing with this one the other day, which I tried to say, and people didn't really like it. They were like, oh man, dude, it's a shitty play. It's kind of topped out over here with Caesars. And I think Caesars is actually going to go. I think this is going to rip for next week. There was tons of supportive order flow over here, short and long term. But I'll pull it up in just a moment. So I really think this is going to go ahead and pop up here on Caesars. I mean, there's tons of support over here. If I want to go ahead and bet on the bottom side, I can even pull it up over here and see what the support looks like over here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, right on the 0.618. As long as the 0.618 doesn't lose, and if it does lose, I'll be looking to fill in at the POC, and then use this 0.3236 as like a stop area. But yeah, this is I'm getting off track. But this is another one that I saw these for. But so with these over here, it's a 2-year bet for 30 cents for under $1. So you're buying risk management for so cheap. You're literally buying yourself safe risk for cheap prices. So that's basically the way I was looking at this. I was like, all right, well, there's no fucking OI. There's so much volume coming through. So they're definitely in trading it, because if I look at the way these options have been going, they've been going up and down in range for quite some time. So there's days where my portfolio is down for this position alone, like 70-50%. But I didn't care, because there was 2-year out ones. I know how this game is. It takes a while for things to pop, and that's why I have very strict position management skills on this one. So yeah, my whole thing was, I'm gonna buy these cheap ones. I'm like, there's tons of time on this one, so all I really need is 2 weeks of green candles in my direction. And what did I get? I got... How many days did I get? Date range. I got... So, assuming that this is the range over here that we needed to break. Okay. I started buying around here, around this point. So, I don't really remember one. Yeah, 22nd of March. Damn, I fucking bought at the bottom. Alright, so apparently he's bought over here. So, very rare, very rare. Damn, that was really nice. I did that with like several ones. Man, so that was beautiful. Orderflow came here at the bottom. At the bottom. That's why I love Orderflow. People with more money know better things than me. So yeah, so that's when I bought this one. So the price was just kind of sideways. This wasn't really good for my options. They really didn't move any money, because when you buy things that are so far out, they don't always really move. You got to wait for this kind of action over here. So finally, this started going May 4th. So I had how many days of green up? I had 25 days of straight fucking upwards. For an options trader, that's straight pull out the Johnson & Johnsons. That's how good this is for an options trader. It's if you get caught in this position, like, there were so many people that I told, I was like, yo, all you need to worry about in May is watch for these TK crosses into here, wait for the price action to go through, and play these end-to-end plays, or play the gap fill that's on there. It will go through. So it went through over here, and these options went nuts. So now the price has been going sideways. So they've been holding up value really nicely, because this is consolidation. All these days, 25 days, that built up so much support for me. So I wouldn't start losing money on these leaps until price action breaks 975. Alright, crypto time almost. Yeah, that's stocks. Unless there's more requests for something, I think everything's going to be good with the market tomorrow. Doesn't look too bad. Right now, futures are looking hot. Looks really nice. Looks strong. I will check that last one for SWBI just because I don't know that ticker. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. I will definitely check this one. That one. This actually looks like it's ready for another leg up. Send to 26 if it doesn't lose any kind of major levels over here. Yeah, if it doesn't lose this middle B band over here, or even the 10 keygen over here. And for fib people, it's that's fib 618 level. I would say this is gonna hit the 1.168. Genus, there's just so much flow on this one. This is stupid. This is gonna hit this. I don't do fibs, but fibs are saying that's gonna hit. Volume profile says it's gonna go ahead and lease it to 433. Let's see order flow. Look at that. Look at that. All bullish order flow. 100%. What are they doing? So they're betting this shit's gonna go popping this week. And that makes sense. Hang on, let me see now. Well, I mean, it's support testing nicely off of here. It's extended out of the B bands, but price is already coming back in. Yeah, it's definitely something to watch over here. So I'm really curious. Like, there's just so much flow on here on Thursday. Normally market weeks that there ends up being a holiday, we end up opening green, so that's almost 99% of the time is my assumption. Alright, so that is stocks. Stocks look good. Let's hop over to crypto. Alright. So, once again, just for the new viewers. Actually, I'm going to retweet my thing and let everybody know I'm doing crypto now. And so should you. For those people who don't know any kind of TA or anything at all, and they're just like kind of just watching the stream because they like me talking, and you want to learn TA, like identifying your macro levels and then zooming in and then finding more levels all the way down to the bottom really makes a difference. Like finding your weekly, like whenever you see candle structures and you see a chart like this, find points where it's either topped out, find points where it looks like it's bottomed out, or find points where the price action has just been stuck in like this consolidation. Google the word consolidation. That's a great way to get started, is Googling the word consolidation and trying to find consolidation at the end, or on the charts, on macro time frames. Once you can identify consolidation on macro time frames, then you can look for those levels. Like, hey, price consolidated over here. What's the levels over here in this consolidation? What's the high of this consolidation level? What's the low of the consolidation level? Once you can find those little kind of things, that's what's going to start building you on your edge of trading. You got to find somewhere to start. Yeah, I mean that's very, very broad what I just said. I mean, like, it's extremely broad, but still, it's just somewhere to get started on. And people ask me for videos and things like that. Like, I've never read any kind of material on TA in my life. Just Googled the terms, basic understanding of it, watch people do it, ask them questions about it. If people absolutely cannot understand that and they need documentation or some kind of something, I mean, there's definitely places you can get started off at. I mean, obviously Google will help, but if you still need something, I always unfortunately recommend Cred to everybody. I'm like, well, if all comes to worst, just check Cred's pin tweet. You got free stuff right there you can learn to build some kind of base on. But that's the one thing you want to avoid is you want to build a base. You want to get yourself fucking taught. You don't want to copy and follow people. Like, I mean, if you join a paid group, that's cool and dandy. Like, I understand sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But if you're trying to play trader, but then you're trying to play copy trader at the same time, you're never going to get rich playing copy trader. Like, you really won't get rich playing copy trader or get wealthy. You might make money here and there. You might be able to pay off rent for like 6 months, or you might even be able to buy like 6 boxes of ramen. But at the end of the day, copy trading is not going to give you any kind of skill. Okay? None. Zero. Whatsoever. I mean, it'll give you some skill. I'm not going to lie. Okay, copy trading will get you some skill, but it's not going to get you wealthy, and it's going to waste a lot of your time. It's basically paying for expensive lessons yourself when you could just be learning those lessons yourself with your own money instead of wasting it away on somebody else's strategy or somebody else's methods and mentality. Build a base, guys, and then go from there. But yeah, let me stop talking about tips that probably nobody's gonna give a fuck about. ETH USD, of course, for you, sir. I got you. Oof, not looking too hot for ETH USD. I'm just a little observation on ETH. We did stop going retarded up, so that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and close out Ichi. See, the bad thing about this is that my macro charts are telling me 20 SMA is bending. That's not good. So, any kind of weekly close underneath this is probably going to be bad. I can probably even extend this a little bit. If I can find a point to extend it off of. Okay, I like that. We can do this. If I can draw. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's beautiful. Oh my god, that's great. And look, what you see on crypto Twitter would be is now they would go ahead and label this all fancy and do this all nicely and call it macro support on the weekly, or the MW1 is what they would call it. But anyway, so this is kind of looking top ranged. We really need to make this push over 250, 245 even. You need weekly candles over here. So basically for most of this month, for the remainder of this month, you're going to need ETH to be holding up fairly strong. It cannot get underneath 212, 215. Like, you really don't want to get underneath 210 at all whatsoever. And at any moment it loses 200 and doesn't wick right back away from there, you're going to be seeing ETH USD come over here. And another thing that's another timing is that when's this? Does anybody know when this ETH 2.0 stuff is happening? I've been asking for days, and I think people are taking me as a joke, like I'm fucking with them. But I'm generally curious, because if ETH 2.0 is like, I don't know, my mental chart and experience says if ETH 2.0 is anywhere in the first week of August or at the end of this month, get the fuck out of ETH immediately. But if ETH 2.0 isn't until September, I think you have like another month to go. But if it's anytime next month, I would say get out. There's no real date yet, sadly. Oh man, so did they like go from there was a date to there's no date? Because that makes a difference too. It is basically a meme at this point. So the meme hype was over here is basically what I'm seeing. End of 2020 probably. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I mean, technicals are saying it topped out over here. So if on my weekly, like, we see this black line go in here, this is pretty bad. But you also don't want to go ahead and just completely flip bearish just yet. Like, this is another important level over here. So it's still kind of just going sideways, but the diagonal trend upwards is done. It needs to get over this 20 SMA and pop. With the way Bitcoin's looking, I think you will go ahead and get this pop with ETH. Overall, the performance with ETH isn't too bad compared to Bitcoin. Checking Bitcoin right now. You're seeing tons of these wicks to the downside. Look at these wicks down here. So the fact that this got wicked up, definitely sending it back up. Yeah, this is the point that I saw a couple people make on there. And this comes back to my point, that little rant I just mentioned to you guys. Being able to identify those tops and bottom levels on those charts. Doesn't matter what they are. This one was done a little differently. This one, if you look at it, this is like one thing I wish I had an easier way to explain to people. And I really don't have a better way to explain it. So I'm sure there's some kind of term over here for it. But this one was based off the fact that there's wicks that were getting ate up over here, but then there's the candle base over here, but then here's the candle base like little flip over here where it like there's the candle base over here, and then there's a candle base over here, and then there's a candle flip. So this immediately becomes a major level starting off over here and then conveniently taps over here. So, but anyways, so yeah, so there's that, and then there's that. So the point that was being made was if you kept stop it. All right. If you kept doing shorts over here and you kept playing it with each high, I mean, I guess you could do a reasonable one. What? You need 1% moves. You need the leverage. But yeah, that's basically what the play was. They were basically saying, if you do it like this, you would make money. So, okay, cool, that's fine. Why didn't you say something up here? But without that being discussed like that, because the reason I say that isn't because I'm being rude of pointing something out. One, it's hindsight, so you're not learning anything from hindsight. You should be able to identify this a lot sooner, which I was 100% able to. Like, I can give you an example on how you're able. No, I'll come back. So, yeah. So now the problem here is that you have 1, 2, 3, possibly 4. I'm not going to count this one, but you have 1, 2, 3, and you even have these up here as well. These are bigger ones as well. So you have this 10-3, you have this 10, you have this 9-9, you have this 9-7. So those are even bigger ones. And then the biggest one over here is this 9-3 level. So you have how many pumps down that this strategy's worked? Okay, so mentioning it down here, it does absolutely nothing for any fucking buddy. So, but the fact that it is down here, there is still some alpha in that. The fact that it's gone down so many times, and how many chunks, how many times is a strategy going to work until it pops back up? So, in my opinion, I think this might not work for too much longer. And it's just not something that I would end up doing at this point, especially if we go down to the macro time frames. Is where at the weekly mid macro point. So I really just want to see this clear down underneath to get a better idea. Is this red line going to hold? Is it not going to hold? Are we going to hold this 9K level? So we're pretty much at the bottom of the level. I'm not going to be playing these games of observation. The observation has been over here on the weekly. As you can see, the same things that they're pointing out on the lower time frames has been very clear on the weekly for years now. It's been clear since 2018. No higher high break, no higher high break, no higher high break, no higher high break, no higher high break. Oh, we pumped and broke all these higher highs, but we still didn't break this higher high. No higher high break. Now, will we get this higher high break here? That's my whole argument. What technically nothing says that we're going to be breaking it. Fundamentals, I would just like to know what fundamentals are making people bullish. I'm not being like stupid bullish or whatnot about Bitcoin. I'm generally like Bitcoin. It's not bad. I like the whole idea of it. It's just you have to have some kind of rules in your TA, and TA says over here that we've never done it before. Nothing's going to make the difference now. And if we're talking about consolidation over here, you have a double top over here. So it needs to do the work on 10.6 anyway, and 11K in general, preferably 11K. So either we start making this move by the end of the year and we start seeing this push higher, or we don't. Alt season won't happen until 12K breaks. Like, I 100% promise you that. We need candle closes over 12K for altcoin. Nah, I don't think the altcoin party is over soon. So the whole thing with the altcoin party is that the altcoin party will continue as long as Bitcoin stays in between these two red lines. And honestly, I would prefer Bitcoin to do what it did over here, where it just kept grinding sideways for like almost 2 months. 2 months. And even tighter of a range. That's perfect for altcoins. As of right now, 9K is the major support, so when you do play a range level, you have to have a mid-range levels as well. You can't just draw a top and bottom. You got to have a mid-range, which is basically a turning point, or a point where you either don't play it and you wait for the next level, and then on top of those points, you have to have, like, you don't have to draw those out, but middle points of those middle points over here, just to get an idea of the structure on there. So this one has been more confluent than anything, this whole 9K level. So we're going to go ahead and use that as the first major structure. So if anything breaks down over here, I think altcoins are going to experience a dip. And there's a possibility of a wick over here. And if we get a wick over here, and I'm going to use Bagsy as an example over here. He tweeted something. It's just because if you pay attention to the market, you know these kind of stupid things. Or Bagsy just kind of caught on to it. I don't know. This. You don't say this kind of shit unless you've been in the market for a while and you know what happens. That basically means that altcoins haven't had any kind of punishment. That means people haven't been able to get their bids filled. We need a bid fill day, or we need a reset of the market in general. And the fact that we're at the bottom range at such an important level over here, what would be the best thing to fuck people over? It would be best to fuck people over by anybody who's longing over here, dump it out down here. Okay, that's what I think the worst thing is, this short opportunity over here. The other thing as well is that if we don't end up getting this, there's a lot of people who are also assuming that we're going to end up breaking down here. So I think another possibility is probably doing the pump to 9.7 before we break. So there's two scenarios over here, which are the worst case scenario for both teams. But it comes down to which looks more likely in the range that's going to happen. If we're playing in range and we have those two scenarios played out, we're at the bottom of the range. So just a rule set of ranges, I'm going to be playing long. I have no choice but to play long. Until the range breaks, I have no reason to get bearish on Bitcoin. And if it stays in range, all altcoins are going to be doing great. It's just a matter of which ones have a positive reaction towards Bitcoin's downside and back up, and which ones end up just going sideways when Bitcoin's doing nothing. Like a great example is Litecoin. Litecoin hasn't done shit this entire time. Since coronavirus dump, like, Litecoin has been the worst coin in the world. Like, what are you going to do with Litecoin here? Trade it? No. I don't want to touch Litecoin. ETHUSD's been doing better than Litecoin. So that's a great example of trash. But then there's examples like this one where it's like, alright, cool. It went out and broke out of the range, and now it's consolidating again. And let's see if it ends up moving up again. RLC. Oh man, dude, I didn't think this was gonna come back up, but this is clearly showing that it's gonna go ahead and all-time highs. In general, RLC has a really nice fucking team. They've had really nice. I mean, it might not mean anything, but they've had really nice display at conventions, and just overall, I just really get good vibes from the company. Just everything, most part about it, and I think it's on the I don't know if it's on the DeFi wave or what wave it's on, but it's definitely on a wave where it's going up and there's volume supportive on it. And people who have been holding since November are gonna finally get paid out. But here's the best part, the place to check it too. RLC. Yeah, like, oh dude, this looks so nice over here. Look at I have a bag, so I don't mind about this one. I'm holding. Unfortunately I'm a bag holder, but look at that little consolidation block over here. We can even move this up over here. Look at this consolidation over here. And look at, this is just a buy box. I look at things in crypto and macro time frames now because there's been enough time now where we've developed enough macro supports. We've developed enough levels. It was a little bit more difficult in 2017 and 2016 when things are in price discovery mode 100%. Now is where technicals are actually taking into place, where it's not just price discovery. Now it's, hey, let's go ahead and attack these levels that we had developed over the past years. So that's why I really like discussing some of these coins with some of these guys that have been around for a while, because they still have some of their levels drawn from previous levels from old charts, and it's just like, oh, you had that level drawn and we're done price discovery and we're getting ready to move. Let's play it. Yeah, we can check Adam. So here's another great one. Adam is an example of punishment. So you got punished over here. What's the worst thing for people who get punished for bag holding, aside from losing all your money? So another thing that's really hurtful for people who end up getting caught in these kind of situations is time lag. If I was an exchange, or if I wanted somebody to buy, Trifling Troll, thank you for trolling in. I appreciate you joining. So the thing with this is that eventually, at some point, depending on where this got listed at first, they're gonna humble all the people that were in here, and they actually ended up bag holding. You got to keep in mind, a lot of these people, if they are reporting taxes, there's things called capital gains. You crypto people might not know about it, but there's a difference between holding something for past a year and then trading something underneath a year. So that's what puts you apart from being an investor and a trader. An investor is somebody that holds their positions over a year and doesn't make the trade until after that 1 year mark. So right now, looks like Adam went ahead and is just kind of done its downside test of everything. We're in like a nice little buy box over here. I can move this buy box up a little bit based off this. Yeah, we can move this up. Okay. Yeah, this is a better buy box. Let's move it down over here, back off this wick. Yeah, nice little buy box on Adam. Price is going now sideways after kind of just breaking out weekly. Adam looks really fucking nice, man. May have to go get a bag. This looks amazing. I'm gonna go buy some Adam. Look at that. It's ramping up too. I'm not too late. I am late, but I'm not that late. Dude, Adam, who did this? Adventuring through, dude. That was clutch. This is really nice. I am not in Adam. How much did it pump already? Am I too late? Oh, dude, it's only up 11%. Let me FOMO. Alright, cool. Adam looks really good. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get into Adam if I can. That's a nice one. What else do we have? Vet BTC. Yeah, we can do Vet. I mean, Vet's been the same plan. Vet, we had just worry about macro time frames, guys. Like that's the same thing over here. Like 2018, like 1 year is plenty of time for people to get past cap gains, and then another year added in to go ahead and accumulate a little bit more. Now it's just popping away. So I think this hits all-time highs. You'll have a little bit of resistance over here at this level, but let's see if I can pull it up over here, because it'll auto-fib me. Vet BTC. Oh, it does. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Is Vet still on here? It is. This is awesome. Hold on. That's a good question, dude. It was kind of pretty much what I kind of just described, but what I like on Atom first is that anybody who bought on here has been completely punished, okay? And they've even had their second exit pump that they were going to get, which was never going to be the full pump. So they've had their exit pump and their opportunity to get out there, and now the price is fully reset. And now if we're looking at weekly levels over here, you're noticing over here that this thing kept going downwards over here, okay? This is where the first time it started wicking down here after these consistent green candles, and it turned slightly green. So I'm using this base wick, the base of this wick over here, as the first major support level, okay? And I'm looking through here and seeing what it taps. So, candle base tap, candle tap, wick tap, practically candle base, wick tap, candle base flip. Just so many important candle structure taps over here. So now we're going to go ahead and use this one, but this time I'm going to use the second wick because we went ahead and pushed down here and then came back up. You can tell by these two candles that this was kind of pretty much the bottom over here. So we flipped back over here, candle base, or wick, candle base, wick, wick, base, wick again, pop up. So it's like those kind of things. So it's hard for me to explain in a basic way unless you have some sort of TA structure understanding to it. Yeah, I mean it's just the fact that the price has been going like this. There's a sideways consolidation. You can look at it in lower time frames, but you're not going to get that clear understanding on lower time frames. If people are looking at it on the hourly, they're probably getting discouraged because they're like, "Oh man, it's already been running up for how long? What am I going to do?" Well, I know what you can do. If you see a coin chart that looks like this where it's had absolute massive destruction, but it still has volume coming through and it's something that gets talked on Twitter before or has had a big community, those are the kind of things you want to watch for. Another thing you can do is you don't even have to do the work. You don't even have to look for charts. You can just do this. CoinMarketCal.com. I think that's it. And I keep forgetting to do this whole time. God damn it. Oh, there it is. It's not. I mean, it's good to understand candle structure. But there's really not too much to candle structure either. It's based candles. I mean, I don't know if this will help any, but basically, all the candle really is just a wick on the bottom, a wick on the top. But then when you look at those wicks, there's the bottom of the wick, and then there's the wick that comes out of the candle base, vice versa to the top side. And then with the candle bases, or with candles in general, there's the candle base bottom, there's the candle top base, or yeah, top, whatever. So if I go to a chart instead of just talking about it, so you have this wick, which is the top wick of this candle, and then you have the bottom candle wick, and then you have the bottom base of this, and then you have the top base of it. And more time frames you zoom out on, more important those levels will be based off of. Crypto, you typically won't be able to get off past a weekly, but damn, fucking V-Chain's ripping. You know who I'm so happy about this one for? Is Hector, or Sniper Zero on Twitter. Sniper Zero, he's been staking Vet for the longest time. This whole time this Vet's been going sideways, he's been telling me, he's like, I keep buying the dip, bro. He's like, I'm buying it. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Why do you keep buying the dip? He's like, dude, I'm staking, man. I'm like, people still stake? He's like, yeah, man, stake, dude. He's like a stakeaholic. He ends up on competition tops for staking. And I'm like, yo, how? What are you doing here? Why are you on the top of competitions? He's like, I don't know, man. So yeah, he's just getting free money at this point, so definitely worth watching. Yeah, I can check it over here. Oh yeah, so back to over here. Oh, so many things I'm forgetting to do, and we're kind of past the 30 minutes for crypto, but we'll keep going. All right. So here's what you could do over here. can't spell. I don't know if it's 2 words or 1 word. Why doesn't it say mainnet? Am I doing this wrong? Oh, right, there we go. Yeah, here's another way you guys can do it. Don't know what you're doing? Don't know what to look at the chart? Play speculative bets on fundamental events. If Bitcoin is going to the, let's just say, all right, here's how you can play speculative pumps. Damn, look at this. That is just going, even on the hourly. It's worth chasing. Ah, man, no, never mind. But yeah, it's just insane. Bet's just going for it. Damn, I wish I would have had my bigger bag, man. Like, this makes me so mad. I gotta stop looking at bet. Like, I'm upset because I hit 147, but I want more. I gotta stop this. Okay, so the way you want to play speculative bets on speculatory is kind of like this. Oh look, isn't that kind of funny how Bitcoin's playing and this strategy isn't working for everybody and now it's coming up? Get wrecked. Keep making Bitcoin harder than it has to be and you'll keep losing money. That's pretty much how it comes down to. So you're going to want to play those events like this. So let's just say Bitcoin passes over 94, 95, preferably even 97, 96, and we're back around like 9K. That's where you're going to want to go ahead and look into this chart for these mainnet things and seeing and timing them out about like a month or 2 out, preferably 3 months out, and seeing, watch RSR to get FOMO vibes. Oh, dude, that's another one like I'm mad about. Disgusting. Just absolutely disgusting. I'm so I'm like I'm like 90% mad at myself, but then at the same point, I'm like happy for like one person only for this, because this guy has been shilling me this for the longest time. He's been shilling me this so much. He's been telling me all the time. He's like, yo, this is going to the moon. He's like, I'm taking out credit card loans for this. I'm like, bruh, not safe, but if you don't care about repercussions in the future, he's like, there are none. And man, this guy's probably made so much money. Like, I mean, I'm so happy for him. But for me, like, I could like just jump out a window. That's how bad this just keeps running. Did I ever think RSR was ever gonna break this high over here? Not in a million years. Not in a fucking million years. Would I have bought over here at this pump? Probably not. So just in general, there's just some things like too much experience brings you doubt. So it's just that's why I want a bot so bad. It's like, oh well, bots don't have doubt. Bots just buy. Bots see how the structure, what the structure rant that I was just talking about. There's a top structure over here. There's a support test over here on the daily. Like, bot would have been like, yo, I don't go, fuck your feelings. I'm buying the dip on RSR. And a bot would have seen that and they would have been like, all right, well, that's a quick 30%. So, yeah, like, shit. Yeah, more power to you guys. The one thing, it just still comes back to like another thing. It's like, if you guys are going to play RSR now, like, keep in mind it's been going up for so long. Sure, you can still play it, but you got to put your risk before anything else. And if you don't give a fuck about your risk, at least care about position size and manage your risk through position sizing. You can still go play whatever you want if you have that kind of personality, but just keep in mind of risk in some shape, way, or form. If you want to gamble and you have like 10 BTC and you're like, I have to play RSR, I have to, I'm gonna die if I don't, I'm gonna put all 10 BTC in, and then I'm like, no, don't do that. What you want to do at that point is probably put like 1 Bitcoin in it out of those 10 Bitcoin and then play that, especially when it's extended like this. Some money's better than no money, but it's worse when you lose all your money and your bag holding. So that's that. Yeah, DeFi craze, man. I wish that DeFi craze would hit this chart. Let me show you. This is my biggest bag in crypto. Like, it's just unnecessarily big. So I cannot wait until the day I am blessed where the market makers and like everybody take note to my ZRX bag and they're like, yo man, Ace, dude, you've been holding for 4 years. We really appreciate you. We're gonna pump this up so you make money. And I don't even know the USD value. That's how bad it is. I just remember the Bitcoin value. I'm not even gonna tell you guys where it is. Oh yeah, dude, they need to pump this bad boy to like all-time highs. Then Ace will be back in profit and will be like so happy. But as of right now, I don't like ZRX is just like one of those examples of where no 12K Bitcoin, no ZRX all-time high. It's that simple. It's that simple with some of these things. Like there's no good reactions on weekly time frames on ZRX. I mean, there's this major buy over here. So something might be happening, but as of right now, it's not looking too good. What's Kanye for president mean for Bitcoin? Cryptopolitan. Of course. He don't give a fuck. Yeah, Kanye for president. I'm cool with Kanye. Do I think he'll make a good presidential candidate? I don't know, and I'm basing that off of some of his clothing line selections. Like, some of his clothes are nice, but then the other ones, I don't know. But yeah, entertainers as presidents, nah, I'm good. I just want to get rich before like the world crashes. Then I can just leave. Oh, look at Doge. I'm about to just buy a bag of Doge right here. Okay, I'm doing it. Like this is happening. Doge is at a point where you could do this with Doge. That same mentality that people had with that. Like, look at Doge. If it breaks, you get stopped out for 3%. Who cares? I'm doing this. If this weekly flip holds on Doge, like, send this to the fucking moon. Like, I'm ready for Doge to finally do something. It hasn't done anything this entire time. It's actually been resistant to coronavirus this whole time. It had the cure this whole time. And then it sold it to, like, these black market companies. What's a bag? Bag is just means that I'm, well, a bag means that I accidentally bought a coin in crypto and I have turned into an investor. So that means I still have that ticker and I have it at a low value than I bought it at. And I somehow, my brain stopped functioning and I didn't learn how to use that sell button at the right time. So like that made it worse. So now I have like this collection, these digital collection tokens. So they just kind of like hang around. But there is a chance that these digital things can make me money. So it's kind of like holding a bunch of stock in your portfolio. But this is digital and you kind of like forget to use that sell button like an idiot. But yeah, anyway, how do you acquire a bag, Zach? in our world, our bags expire worthless. That's what happens in our world. That's dude. So option bags are even worse than any kind of other bags. Cause here's what options bag works like. So, no, let's say I buy an options bag for I don't know September, and it just does the opposite thing. Not only have I lost my money, but I don't get liquidated. I don't get liquidated until September 1st, and I can't even get it off my portfolio screen. It's like stuck there. So you literally have to wake up every day. Look at your 100% loss, or it'll say 90%, but you can't sell it. So it lies to you and tells you it's 90% when it's actually a full 100%. So having your options expire worthless is probably like a pretty horrible problem. I'd rather get liquidated than have options expire worthless. It's so terrible looking at the stupid mistake you did and then not flipping the other way. Yeah, let's see if anybody... Oh, look, they said... Oh, crypto people are commenting on this? Okay, Ava. What's Ava? I've never heard of that. Oh, yes, I have. That's... Yeah, somebody mentioned this one. I'm going to look at this chart, and I'm going to be pissed. I just know it. Let's see. No, this wasn't prior to stream. Alright, so Ava. So this is at a good point. So... Nice mention. Who's this? I always find it funny, like Huobi Global and shit and like crypto.com, they end up following like just an interesting brand of people. So it's very funny to see that. Ava doesn't look bad. So Ava's at a point where you want to make a bet. It's at the end of this gigantic move it had, so it's about ready to have a part 2 move. So you want to figure out which direction you want to play. I mean, there's a tight stop loss structure over here as well. So it's at a move point for Travala, whatever this coin is. Yeah, I can look at whatever you want. Ew, I don't like this. And you say ONC? Oh, oncology? Ontology? Ontology is what you mean, right? Yeah, yeah, dude. Huobi's like does something. I don't know what they do or why they do this, but they're like, yeah, we're gonna follow you. If it's ontology, yeah, I can check that one too. Let me just check ontology for him. All right, here's another one, another like general example of what I talk about. No, I didn't check IOST. So if you guys want to put out your tickers, let me know. I can go ahead and go through them. Yeah, so this is another one. It's just been dumping really, really badly. We can go ahead and see if it's alive in the sense of, is there anything here for ONT? Am I doing this wrong? Yes, I am. No, I'm not. Okay. I mean, they're not dead. Their node incentive policies gonna be effective soon. I don't know why I have my headphones on still. My ears hurt. Mainnet swap closes. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's going on or what any of this means. But all I know is that clearly doesn't seem like they're dead yet. So I'm gonna say ontology with all this dude, this is another one. So this is another thing. If you see something like this one where you've been seeing it range since August over here and do absolutely nothing all year long, I'm just gonna wait for this to flip this box back up here, and then I'll go ahead and want to play this one, cause if I can get in on that bag early and it does the flip over here where it flips this line, it'll start fucking mooning. So, just judging by the news, mainnet swaps, mainnet token stuff. So, doesn't look like their mainnet stuff is done yet. So, I think it'll keep going. But yeah, August ranges. Anything from last year from August and it's been ranging, and you see a chart like this and it's a coin that's been alive like this and has had bag holders, mention it to me. At me on Twitter. DM me. Let's make this bread. Yeah, I'll check the other ones that everybody... Oh, Zach, yeah, I'll check yours. I'm just going down the list, but I'm just going to do one of my own personal favorites. I keep telling you guys, like, Link is going to hit double digits, man. Like, double digits. Link is coming to $10. You don't believe me now, but you will later. Link is going to go to 10 digits. If you get dip opportunities, you buy Link. If Link dumps, you buy it. Not financial advice. This is all just my opinion and rants. But with that disclaimer out, I sell my kidney for Link if I can get Link underneath 250. You know how much? Oh my God! Look at this. You see this buy box right here? You know what I would give? I would give like my soul to buy it in here. That's what I would do. XTZ. People say don't think that way with XTZ. They basically tell me it's not as good as Link. Okay, fine. It's not as good as Link. But if you have a bag that's underneath $1 for like the longest time, yes, it's good with Link. One of the plays that'll still end up working out for people are looking for plays that are underneath ICO pricing. If you have things underneath ICO pricing and we're in an uptrend and we're in a bullish market and we start taking off, those things are going to be easy money because those ICO buyers, I mean, I guess the way I look at it is, I mean, I don't know if a company's under obligation to make you money, but if I'm in an ICO, I'm obviously entering into an ICO because I'm assuming at some point I'm going to go ahead and make money. And whenever I hear ICO, I look at it as an investor standpoint. And most of the time when I think of investing, it's normally 2 to 3 years to about, sometimes 5 years down the line. That's the kind of investing that I'm looking at, or at least when I hear the word investing or bag holder. That's what I think of. Yo, man, thank you for joining. What is my puppy doing? It's like, what you sprawled out for, Benjamin? He probably has to go. Oh, dude, yeah. If Link, no, anything that like Link is basically resistant to everything. Another coin like that, which I really like this coin, is this one. And I keep forgetting these coin requests because you guys got me talking. Is not this, but not the Bitcoin value, because things lost. Nobody wants things in Bitcoin value. Monocoin, never really dumped too bad. Why does this look like this? Yeah, I'm surprised Monocoin never really ended up reaching its lows, but Monocoin's another one. I would love to grab this one for a pump. Yo, thank you for joining, Courageous Heart, man. I will definitely be around live again tomorrow, and depending on what I'm doing later tonight, if I get bored, I'll probably hop on again. Let me go through these requests real quick, and I think we'll be good, because I'm going to take this puppy. Let me run through these real quick. Okay, hold on. What do we got? KNC, somebody said. Zach, I will check yours too. I haven't forgot, bro. KNC is just an example of a range. It was in a range for like the longest time. It's finally taking off. Bag holders were being punished for how many years now? 3 years of bag holding. Like that's hella pain. Plus KNC in general wasn't like a shitcoin. They just didn't have much development done. So I think they're just, in general, just taking off because it's just a cycle for it to take off. I think in the next couple years, a lot of these projects are going to start making people some good money. So people who say alt season isn't here, it's like, what are you looking at? Like, I think alt season's here. It's just stupidity season isn't here. Like, price discovery season isn't here. That's what people don't understand. Alt season was simply price discovery season. There is still price discovery season that happens. I can give you a great example of price discovery season. Here's price discovery season over here. Is tickers like this. This is price discovery. This is what we call price discovery. What's that? 458% in no time. What's the true value of comp? Probably in about a couple years, if this still is lasted and doesn't lie around. I'm probably gonna definitely come back down here. So it's just the little kind of things. Let me check Zach's because I haven't heard of that one. And also, so whenever you're buying stuff, and if it's a chart that's super green like that, and I quickly pass by it, that just basically means that it's a high risk ticker. I probably wouldn't risk money into it if I'm gonna play something that's high risk at this point. I'd rather hit my friends up for liquid shit coins that haven't done anything. Or just barely moving yet. Zach, this looks fucking great. I don't know what it is, but it's in a range and it's something worth betting on my end. What is this, man? Are you holding gems out on me? And it's at the bottom range on this level too. Dang. Just a low range, just all in general. Draw the box, goddammit. I wish somebody would just buy this site off this person and make it better. What else do we got? QLC. Benny? Oh, shit. He already fucking went. He has potty pads, so it's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I'll do some more. I'll actually, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and start tweeting these when I just close the link. Fuckers. God damn it. Oh, wait. I still have my restream open. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and post the rest of these charts. So if you guys wanna, if you really want some charts out of me, just go ahead and tag it underneath this tweet over here, and I'll go through and check all that. But other than that, man, yeah, let's go ahead and make some money tomorrow. Join me early in the morning. Let's go. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining. I really, really appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Do you trade alts against their BTC pair or USD pair? I prefer USD pair because the market in general has been overall just more favorable and just has been. You keep hearing in the markets, fiat on ramp, fiat on ramp. Well, that's because I don't know. Fiat on ramp is the king. You want to pass out your Bitcoin into USD, and it's really easy to USD swap at this point. But all right, thanks guys.